Hello sir and hello everyone, my name is Vivian Vanessa with student number B102420104. I'm a student from Management in International Class Department from Universitas Tanjungpura. So today in this video, my condition is very good, and the purpose of making this video is I would like to give summary of the chapter 12 of the book, namely Incentive Plan and Executive Compensation. So here it is. After we talk about the design, then I will tell you what is the importance of teams and variable pay plans results. So when we have a good variable pay, then it will improve productivity in our organization. It also ties pay to team performance and can improve customer service or production quality, and it also can increases the employee retention in our organization. Next, I will talk about the organizational incentive plan. We have profit sharing and employee stock ownership plans. Profit sharing distributes some portion of organizational profits to employees that like to increase productivity and organizational performance. It also can attract and retain employees. It can improve product or service quality, and it could enhance the employee morale. Then we have stock option plan. Stock option plan itself give employee the right to purchase a fixed number of shares of a company at a specified exercise price for a limited period of time. So the goal of this plan actually is to get the employees to think and act like the owner of the organization that they work for. Next, I'm gonna talk about type of sales compensation plans. So the first one, start from there are three ways sales of employees that are typically compensated. So the first, salary only. Some companies pay salespeople on a salary. The salary only approach is useful when an organization emphasizes serving and retaining. The second one, straight commission. A widely used individual incentive system in sales job is the commission, which is compensation computed as a percentage of sales in units. And the third one is salary plus commission or bonuses. The form of sales compensation used most frequently in the salary plus commission, which combines the stability of salary with the performance aspect of a commission. First of all, there is HR headline in this chapter with title Variable Pay at Cox Communications. It talks about a big famous company called Cox Communication, which having around 20 local markets, and each of them already had incentive plans developed by manager to employees. As a guide, there is also variable pay framework consists of 4 major guidelines. It gives good impact to the success of the organization of Cox Communication itself. Okay, before I have already mentioned about variable pay. So actually the definition of variable pay is compensation linked to individual, group or team and organizational performance. Variable pay plans attempt to provide tangible rewards, traditionally known as incentive, to employees for performance beyond normal expectations. There are 4 steps to develop successful pay for performance plans. They are first, link strategic business goals and employee performance. Second, recognize different levels of employee performance through different rewards. And the third one is achieve HR objective, such as increasing the retention, reducing the turnover, recognizing training, and rewarding safety. And the fourth one is enhance organizational results and reward employees financially for their contributions. Next, we have 3 things we have to ensure in order to create effective variable pay plans. The first one is, does the plan fit with business strategies and culture? And the second one is, are the appropriate actions rewarded? And the third one is the plan administered properly? So these 3 things will drive us to the incentive plan success. So the next, I will talk about individual incentives. So individual incentive systems tie personal effort to additional rewards. Conditions necessary for the use of individual incentive plans are: the first one, individual performance must be identified. The performance of each individual must be measured and identified because each employee has job responsibilities and tasks that they can be separated from those of other employees. The second one is individual competitiveness must be desired. Because individuals generally pursue the incentive for themselves, competition among employees often occurs. Therefore, independent competition in which some individuals win and others do not must be something the employer can tolerate. And the third one is individualism must be stressed in organizational culture. The culture of the organization must be one that boosts up individual growth, achievements, and reward. If an organization emphasizes teamwork and cooperation, then individual incentive may be counterproductive. Next, I'm gonna talk about the metrics for variable pay plans. Basically, we can use various metrics depending on the nature of the plan and the goals that we set for it. A common metric for incentive plans is called ROI, or we know as return on investment. And return on investment metric will look at the currency value of the improvement minus the cost of the program divided by the total cost. Besides ROI, we also have another metrics. The first one, we have organizational performance. So in organizational performance itself, there is actual change versus plan change. There's also revenue growth. We also can see return on investment and the average employee productivity change. In the second metrics, we have sales programs. So here we have increase in market share, we have customer acquisition rate, we have growth of existing customer sales, and the last one we have customer satisfaction. And the third metric we have HR related. So in HR related, we have something that related to employee satisfaction, turnover cost, absenteeism cost, accident rates, and also workers' comp claims. Okay. In variable pay plans itself, it has three categories. The first one is individual, the second one is group or team, and the third one is organizational, just like I have mentioned before at the introduction. So here I will define them more detail. Okay, so from the individual, there is piece rate system, there is bonuses, there is special incentive programs. It included trips, merchandise, and awards. And the fourth one, there is sales compensation. And from the group or the team categories, there is group team results, there is gain sharing or goal sharing, there's quality improvement, and also cost reduction. And for the organizational categories itself, it consists of profit sharing, employee stock plans, executive stock auctions, and deferred compensation. Next, I'm gonna talk about a failure and the success of variable pay plans. Failure might come from having too complex incentive plan for employees and for management to understand. If the plan is too complicated to follow, the focus turns successful performance. So the employee in our organization will get misunderstanding and miscommunication. Then it lower the performance result. Okay, that is for the failure. Next, I'm gonna talk about the success. So here are some factors that contribute to the success of incentive plans. The first one is develop clear, understandable plans that are continually communicated. And the second one is use realistic performance measures. And the third one is keep the plans current and linked to the organizational objective. And the fourth one is clearly linked performance results to payouts that truly recognize performance differences. And the fifth one is identify variable pay incentives separately from the pay base. In designing group or team incentive plans, organizational must consider a number of issues. Then, main concerns are how and when to distribute the incentive and who will make the decisions about the incentive amounts. In distribution itself, there are two primary concerns. The first one is same size reward for each member, and the second one is different size reward for each member. Then we're gonna move to the components of executive compensations. So, the first one, we have executive salaries. Salaries of executive vary by the type of job, size of organization, the industry, or other factors. Survey data on the executive salary are often reviewed by boards of directors to ensure that their organizations are competitive. And the second one is executive benefits. There are 3 benefits of executive. First one is regular benefit plans. The example is health insurance and vacation plans. And the second one is supplemental benefit. The example is corporate-owned insurance. On the life of the executive, and the last is deferred compensation for helping executive with tax liabilities. Third one is executive perquisites, or we know as perks, are special benefits, usually non-cash items for executive. Many executive values the status enhancement of these visible symbols, which allow the executive to be seen as very important people, both inside and outside of their organization. Perks also can offer substantial tax savings because some of them are not taxed as income. The fourth one is annual executive incentive and bonuses. Annual incentive or bonuses for senior managers and executives can be determined in several ways. One way is to use a discretionary system, tie bonuses to specific measures such as return on investment, or we know as ROI. The last one is long-term executive performance incentive. Executive performance-based incentive tie executive compensation to the long-term growth and success of the organization. It becomes controversial since the existence being questioned whether it underlines the long-term or only represents several short-term rewards. As any other things in life, criticism can't be separated away from the executive compensation, and the critics won't be complete if there is no counter sentences. So here I will explain them. There is a criticism that says executive compensation often does not reflect the company performance, and the counter-argument says that a competitive market for executive drive compensation package increases. And the second criticism says that board give sizable reward to both high and low performing executive, but the counter argument says that the CEO is in charge and responsible for the results. The third critic says that executives should not get rewards or bonuses for laying off much of the workforce. And the counter-argument says that sports and entertainment stars earn as much as executive or even more for playing games and acting. The fourth critic says that total compensation packages are excessive, but the counter-argument says that CEOs earned their money with endless hours, great pressures, and major decisions. The fifth one, the critic is many people, just not the CEO, contributes to the success of a company, but the counter statement says that measuring company performance by short-term earning and stock price is insufficient. That's the end of my video about the summary of chapter 12 of the book. I hope you like it. God bless you and see you in another video.